It didn't take very long to realize the need for police and CPS to better coordinate on their investigations. I actually did see some of the breakdowns in how our detectives interacted with CPS workers. I actually had the occasion to go out to Huntsville, Alabama, and observe firsthand the first Children's Advocacy Center in the country and how that coordination seemed to pay off for them. So I came back to Dallas after going out to Huntsville, and I had, told CPS that we wanted to work more closely with them, and that when they had cases, they should call us sooner in the process so that we could coordinate our response. Well, it turned out one Friday afternoon, I did receive such a call from CPS that they had a case that just came in where a child disclosed sexual abuse at the hands of a stepfather at school. And the scene I encountered out there was that CPS had already started the interview of this child and took a written affidavit from her. And since the parents denied there was any abuse, they were making plans to send her to foster care that night. And they gave me the written affidavit the child had written out, and on the second page of the affidavit, in big block letters, she had written the words, "Please help me." I had the opportunity to go in and talk to the stepfather, and I was able to elicit a confession. And so rather than the child go to foster care, I arrested him and he went to jail that night. And it made the impression on me, the very strong impression, that we needed to do this more often, coordinate our response. There was a conference in Santa Monica, California on how to start an advocacy center. And I went out there with a child abuse prosecutor who later became my partner in an effort to start an advocacy center in Dallas. We watched and learned from them what had been done in different communities and came back and decided we were going to start an advocacy center in Dallas. And on the plane ride back home, we said we would call it the Dallas Children's Advocacy Center. We did many talks in the community to different groups, and Rena Peterson of the Dallas Morning News took note of this and wrote an editorial page story about how this cop and prosecutor want to improve the response to child abuse. And it was titled Learning from McMartin. And one of the groups that we had addressed had in attendance a great woman who became a friend, Karen Prothro, who once she learned about what we were trying to do, introduced us to Ruth Altshuler and said Ruth Altshuler would be the person that could get this project off the ground. And she made plans and had us go out and meet Ruth Altshuler, and we asked Ruth to become our honorary chair for this nonprofit that we were hoping to start. Ruth agreed, and that was all the difference in the world. We then started looking for places that we could have such a center, and found the house on Swiss Avenue, which Ruth actually had known about because she used to pass that building when she was a little girl going downtown. And so we actually purchased that property with Ruth's help, and it became the Dallas Children's Advocacy Center. We received funding from a community development block grant that helped pay for the project, and other contributions from the community. And without that, we would have never had this facility to help us improve our response to the victimization of children.